Welcome back, everyone. We've got a new show to add to your watch list. It's called Shelved, and it's a comedy that takes place in a beloved, understaffed, and underfunded public library. It also brings the workplace drama. Take a look.
Good news, my lovelies. Oh. New computers. You can thank Howard.
Wait, what? Why?
All those stickers say property of Midtown Library.
That is why I printed up these.
Look at you, boss lady. Did you leverage my relationship with Isla for these new computers?
So I just need a book from you for our staff pick shelf.
How about The Betrayal by Kate Furnival?
Ooh, romantic. Welcome to the team.
We're happy to welcome the show's lead actor, Lyndie Greenwood, to the show. Thanks for being here, Lyndie. Hi. So, Lyndie, I understand that you'd actually quit acting altogether and you were becoming a yoga instructor, but this was one of the roles that sort of drew you back into the business. So what was it about this show and this character that made you come back?
Well, I mean, when I got the material, I was floored by how authentically Torontonian it was and how it represented Parkdale, and, you know, it's a city that I was born and raised in and I love very much, and I've always wanted to do comedy. I keep getting very close and then not booking it, but they took a risk and hired me on this one, so,
Now, you mentioned Parkdale, which is a neighborhood in Toronto. You've spent a lot of time in Parkdale. So what is the significance of spotlighting pockets of culture across, you know, places in our country like this, the way the show's doing?
Well, I mean, Parkdale's a really amazing place. It is so unique. There are so many different types of people that live there in so many different phases of like living in Canada. There's new immigrants, older, different class levels. I mean, it's really an eclectic place. And so it's a wonderful place for storytelling. So I think we're gonna find that, you know, those of us that know it, it's such a wonderful thing to see it represented. But then I think those who aren't from the area will also find it very fascinating, like a wonderful place to investigate and look at.
This was a really intense production schedule. You actually shot all 8 episodes in 2 months during the summer, even though this show actually takes place in the winter. So how uncomfortable, or was it as uncomfortable as it sounds?
Okay. So we actually shot in a studio in Scarborough for a lot of the interior stuff.
Okay.
And the first week, we did not have AC. So you can sort of see certain episodes, I'm like a lot glossier than other ones. It's just a dewy glow. And then on a location a few days in Parkdale, and it happened to be like the 40-degree plus days. Yeah, and they just stopped, makeup just stopped dabbing me down. They were like, she's sweaty this episode, that's just, she's sweaty. Yeah.
So the show was created by Anthony Farrell, who was also one of the writers on The Office. So you can actually see some of that mock documentary feel to it. What did you like about, or, you know, what did you take away from this directing style?
Yeah, so he didn't actually direct any of these episodes. He wrote and created the show with some other writers, and he sort of show runs. So we have a bunch of amazing directors on this as well. But you're right, there's this, it's not a mockumentary, but we still engage with the camera in a way that is more sort of like a dance than in your classic sort of sitcom. So that the camera's kind of a character in and of itself.
Yeah. Another character within itself is actually the setting, because the library is like an eclectic place like Parkdale that draws all these diverse characters. So, and actually, little known fact, Toronto actually has one of the biggest and most utilized public library systems in the world. I know. So I think one of the things that the show actually does explore is how underfunded these public systems are. So what do you hope that people are going to actually take away from this show, you know, about that?
Yes, well, I mean, I can say for myself, I, you know, grew up going to libraries, specifically the Lillian Smith at College in Spadina, because I grew up in that area. And I stopped going, you know, as I got older. But this show has rekindled my love for libraries and made me sort of remember what an important institution they are, you know, with wonderful resources for so many people. So I hope people take away a new love for libraries.
Well, we're gonna stay with the library theme because, you know, the show, Shelved, takes place in a library, dives right into that workplace drama. We thought we'd play a little game with you and the audience. It's called Skip It or Shelve It, okay? Ship it or shelve it, sorry. So, okay, so we have paddles. right?
Yep, here you go, here you go.
You and I have the paddle, Cynthia, and we're gonna go through a list of workplace scenarios. You and our studio audience, you are gonna weigh in on whether you ship the behavior, meaning you agree with it, or whether it should be shelved for good, okay?
Okay.
Let's get into it. So, number one, bringing fish to the office, ship it or shelve it?
I mean, fish is healthy. So
Maybe you just eat it cold. Maybe
Yeah.
you just have it cold. That's
just
the
have it
answer. Can we
cold.
do that? Can we just not heat it up?
Don't
Okay.
nuke it, yeah.
Don't nuke it. Okay, here's another ship it or shelve it. Striking up a conversation with a colleague in a bathroom. So you know what? Maybe like, are we going to ship that or shelve it?
Oh, I do this all the time.
I do
so
it all
I
the
can't.
time. What are you doing? You're
Yeah, I mean,
right?
bathroom conversations are one of my favorite places
It's
to
fine,
have.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, it maybe depends on the activity that the person is doing.
That's true.
Right behind the doors. Anyway,
Yeah.
okay.
Maybe have a quick
Yeah.
listen first, and then.
Grooming yourself at your desk.
Oh.
Ship it or shelve it.
I do this all the time.
What kind of grooming, though?
Well,
Like,
I'm not.
what are you doing?
I'm okay. I will paint my nails. I'm not like.
You're not clipping
shaving
your
my
nails,
legs.
though, are you?
No, it's
Okay.
not it.
All right, then.
Lyndie, it's been so great having you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh,
We want to remind our viewers that you can catch the series premiere of Shelved tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern right here on CTV. And up next, party planner and all-around fun guy Trevor Frankfurt is coming up. He's going to test our knowledge of classic moments from past Academy Awards. Don't miss it.
Thanks so much. They gave you one last minute.
Hey there! Wasn't that great? Do you know where you can find some equally good content? Our YouTube page. It's filled with discussions, debates, and some laughs. Head there now, like and subscribe.